Well, hello, fellow gamers. It's Jay Dreamer, and today we are going to be going over a battle report and discussing the heroes that are involved in that battle and the skills. So, we'll get into that. This battle report was provided by one of my guildmates, Spartan John, and it was kind of surprising to see the result because he's got a good lineup of heroes and troops. And you can see in his attack, against a defender, he lost 2.5 million power against 320k in power. Lost all of his units, and the defender didn't lose any. It was striking. So let's dig into it real quick and look. Obviously, Dragon Gear versus Dragon Gear, relatively the same advancements. The Dragon of the attacker is level 60 versus the defender at level 90. The attacker is Lawman, Warhammer, and Avalanche, all running T10 Cav. The defender is Rosen, Spectral, and Sakura, and they are a mixed legion of Cav is T10 Cav first row, and then T10 Archers both middle and last row. Decent unit attributes. I'm not seeing anything too crazy. The increase from this Reign of Chaos 10% damage, if anybody knows how to activate that or where that's coming from, it'd be helpful to understand. Also, in general, anybody that can advise me on technology that increases damage specifically, that would be very helpful. But these numbers seem relatively straightforward. The defender has higher numbers. Still does not quite explain what is most peculiar, and you can see that in the battle stats themselves. When going into battle, this battle lasted 3 rounds. In those 3 rounds, the skills are what I look for to see how well the heroes are impacting the battle. So Lawman got off 2 skills for 2,800k, relatively low kills. Rosen doesn't really ever get kills, but has a lot of skills that go out. Warhammer has 5 skills used for 6,800 kills. Spectral Reaper has 4 skills for 33,000 kills. Avalanche has 5 skills for 30k. Versus Sakura at 39k. The thing that strikes me as peculiar is the amount of skill kills are very low for this type of battle. Most all of the killing, the 300,000 troops that were killed, came from normal basic attacks, not hero skill kills. And in order for us to know how that plays out, we have to watch the battle. So let's jump into that right now. The attacker versus the defender, the very first thing that happens in the battle is pre-battle skills are rendered. And I've done a whole compilation of them right here, and let's get into those a little bit before we jump to the next round. If we look at the pre-skills in order, Lawman first use the Brutal Force. And Brutal Force is when self-squad is taking damage, 50% chance to deal 63% damage to 2 random squads within range of 2. So Lawman being on the first row would give the random 2 squads, the first and second, one or the other, or maybe both. Then we go into Avalanche, and Avalanche is running the Berserker. And that is in combat, self-squad gains the clarity status, which is immune to silence, disarm, suppression, confusion, and gains 60% might increase and will deal 30% additional damage. Next is Reaper, and Reaper is using Jack Yashogin, and this is a self-squad. Is the basic attack is increased by 100% when the enemy is tallying skill range. The squad is considered to be +1 range away. Not exactly sure what the tally skill range means, but I can tell you this. It's focused on a basic attack, getting a 100% increase on the damage they're doing. Then we go into Warhammer, and Warhammer is using the Thunderclap, which is reducing troop recovery of both the enemy and the friendly by 25%. Then starting on turn 4, Reduce troop recovery for all enemy squads by 15% per turn. This effect stacks and lasts until the end of combat. Then we've got Rosen, and Rosen gets 3 skills off, which one of the skills is the preserving skill. The hero squad takes 5% less skill damage. The hero Legion gains 2.5 in might and 2.5% in resistance. Surrounding siege, which is during battle, whenever 2 random enemy squads take damage, take 12% extra damage, and this stacks a maximum of 5 times. The swarming attack. And this is during the first 3 turns, all friendly squads gain 100% combat speed and a 70% chance to deal 2 basic attacks on each turn. They do not stack. Then we go into Sakura, and Sakura has 3 skills, which are first 2 turns, 2 random squads will move first. On the second turn, they will deal 687% damage to 2 enemy squads. Sanrinsakutui. I'm going to butcher them, so I apologize. But the first 3 turns, 2 random enemy squads take 50% additional damage. The Mansenerikia. First 3 turns, 2 random friendly archer squads deal 50% additional damage. So we're getting quite a bit of pre-battle skill prep. Damage being focused by the pre-battle skills, you can see that there's a tremendous amount of damage being done, and the addition of 2 hits, it really gives the defender the upper hand in this first round. Reaper here, he activates high damage skills, plus Sakura is doing the additional 50% and 50%, so there's a lot of damage going on here. And Rosen has a huge factor in this too, giving them that second ability to go again. As you can see, within the first round, Reaper takes out that first row with 2 basic normal attacks, one for 49, the next for 50k, and that first row's gone. Lawman is really strong at recovering troops and pushing damage back to the attacker, but Lawman's gone. So now it's up to Warhammer and Berserker to be able to do a lot of damage, and you see Warhammer has just been suppressed. So the effect of Rosen being able to provide suppression on top of the additional 2 basic attacks and the high damage focus, the attacker really didn't have a chance. There's an element of percentages if certain skills activate, and these skills activated. The damage is being high throughout the entire first round, second round, and really the attacker was suppressed at the right spot, and the loss of Lawman just really impacted the ability for them to protect themselves. Now, Avalanche is definitely an attacker, but the onslaught is so fast that, Warhammer takes 4 rounds to really start warming up, and, Reaper taking out Lawman right in the beginning. That's why this setup worked so well. And here's a quick summary just of the amount of damage and the way this setup worked. It's very impressive, so check them out. Reaper, Rosen, and Sakura seem to be a solid defending unit. It does require you to have dragon gear because you need to mix the Legion. Without dragon gear, you can't mix the Legion, so that's important. And, if there are other reports out there, feel free to find me in the game and send them to me, and I'll take a look and review them. Hey guys, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much. This is Jay Dreamer. I'm out, and happy holidays.